I thought it was well done.
Because every character was dealing with something different after 5 years, and he was dealing with alcohol.
Well, he felt it was his fault because he had the ability to be.
Everybody felt like it was.
Well, more than anyone, because he had the ability to behead Thanos, and he's just like, hey, yeah, you did it. You didn't go for the head, and he's like,
he was
oh,
responsible for everybody's death.
Yeah. So he took it harder than everyone else, which I liked, and then they made fun of him, which I liked. But then there was serious scenes where they're like, oh, hey, by the way, you remember Thor is fat?
Yeah.
Oh, but it's funny, right? It's funny, right? Thor is fat again. It's funny, right?
Got it.
It's funny, right? It's funny. Get off. It's funny.
They didn't do it that many times.
It was a lot of time. It was 3 hours of them being
It would have been cheesy. He was like, oh, six pack. No, it's realistic.
I mean, realistic.
I agree with that, Joe.
He has like a 12 and a half pack, all right?
Okay, so what do you think about the mother? The mother character. They explored the fact that, his mother died on that particular day, and Thor was like this little crybaby and bitch, and he was just emotionally broken until his mother embraced him and saw him, and she saw right through his bullshit. You're a time traveler.
Yeah, she's like, hey, I was raised with witches, so I know.
Eat a salad.
Yeah. Also, the years have not been kind to you. It's just like, oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
And what she said to him was great.
So that character moment for Thor, I thought was great. It's done differently than what we get for Captain America and what we get for Tony Stark. Thor was treated as a joke, and honestly, I think Thor as a joke works better than Thor seriously. If you look at the tone of the first Thor films, he's taken too seriously. You look at the tone of the Thor films that we gave a 10 out of 10 to, he's treated like this. And so I thought this was a natural extension of this new style of Thor, and I liked it. Now, moving on to Captain America, as soon as he whips out his pocket watch and he has his old flame, his love on there, I was like, he's gonna stay in some timeline, and I knew it was over. I knew it was over for him because they're foreshadowing that he's gonna get the girl at the end.
That's good.
And what happens, Joe?
He waited 70 years for that first date. Let the man have his date.
70 years. He woke up and had missed 70 years.
It wasn't his fault.
Same thing. So he goes back in time after they defeat Thanos. Somebody has to restore these stones in their individual timelines or areas, or else those universes will fall apart. And all those
because they need their stones to protect each other. Yeah.
Right. Or no, to protect
the timeline.
The timeline.
Yeah.
And so while he's doing that, it's an instant for us, but it's as long as however he needs for him. So he could have been doing. We could see a future Captain America film with him going on that adventure, putting all those stones back, but probably not. And he goes, and now and when he comes back, he's not back. But he actually is, because he knows where y'all are at, and he's sitting on this bench. And you look from behind, I'm like, oh shit, is he the one without the muscles, the little skinny ones? And technically he is. He was like,
he's old now.
He was like 80 years old and shit, and he was old at the end of his life. And what happens? This shocked me.
Really?
Yeah, it shocked me. I thought Bucky was going to take over. So he's obviously not Captain America anymore. Well, he is, but you know what I'm saying. And he's got the shield with him. And, he has a moment with his friends. And in this instance, well, before he goes to the timeline, he has a moment with Bucky. Then after he comes through the time portal, he has a moment with Falcon. And I was like, the second he goes over there, and the second I saw that shield, I was like, oh, shit. I know what's about to happen here. Falcon is going to become Captain America.
Yeah.
What? I thought Bucky was supposed to become Captain America. I was waiting the whole fucking time, and I was like, okay, if Chris Evans doesn't want to do Captain America anymore, somebody has to take over the mantle, and what are we going to get? I always thought it was going to be...
We get a Winter Soldier and Falcon movie coming up, right? It's like, it's on the timeline of things to come out, so...
Winter Soldier and Falcon?
Yeah, like a buddy cop style movie, and it makes sense, because, you got the Winter Soldier, metal arms, super serum, and, it makes a lot of sense.
So, do you like this?
I honestly thought it was going to be
Bucky too, though. Okay, what?
What do you mean, be careful?
Well, here's the thing. I wanted Bucky to be it, so I'm saying if I say that I don't want Falcon to be it, people are going to call me racist.
They both have taken up the mantle of Captain America, though, so, I mean, it's kind of...
I thought it was going to be Bucky, because he's like, here, try this on. He's like, it just doesn't feel
I
right.
thought-
It
I
doesn't
thought
feel like
so.
it's mine. I thought he was going to hand it off to Bucky, but he's like, no, it's yours.
It doesn't
Take
feel
it.
right.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Well, but it
fine.
wouldn't feel right for anybody. So
Yeah,
it would.
of course.
Honestly, I would expect the Winter Soldier the same thing. It doesn't feel right.
I liked it. I liked
So
it.
that's why they turned it up, because honestly, at this point, I think Winter Soldier is his own thing, and he's happy just shooting that big weird gun and his metal
he's
arm.
a super soldier, and he's like, but I'm gonna be like a normal soldier because I'm only going to shoot bullets.
But I'm trying to think forward. Like, how is Falcon going to be Captain America? Because his powers are so weak. All he has
he
is this
killed a
suit.
ton of people in this movie.
Yeah, but he's
He
not a
like-
super soldier. He doesn't
He
have super strength.
stabbed people with the wings.
Does that
in this
mean
one?
that motherfucker has to do some drugs? He's gonna have to get injected up with the super serum, or are they just gonna leave him as a normal man fighting as Captain America?
He did a very good job in the ultimate battle. Like there's this giant like ogre-looking thing, and he
Yes.
flies into him,
I
and he
fucking
uses
love the
he
battle.
points
I
the
don't
wings and stabs through the guy's chest.
Just because
It was
one
really
moment
cool.
he deserves to be Captain America. The way I looked at it is, it to me, in a character moment, he's known Bucky all longer than he has the Falcon.
Sure.
And I thought that, Bucky had earned it, and he'd gone through darkness himself, and so he's been there, and then he's come back. So if he ever is tempted by that again,
But does
he'll
Bucky
be a
need
Captain America? And so I was just trying to figure out, how did Falcon earn it, and but he gets it, and maybe he will earn it in the next film.
To me, it was like Bucky became Nightwing, okay? And now,
Joe likes Nightwing.
yeah, so he's his own. He's his own thing.
He's
now.
his own hero.
Didn't you play Nightwing in that board game? That I destroyed you the other day.
Shut up.
Okay, so y'all are down for Falcon. I'm down for
Yeah,
Falcon.
he became his
I
own
think
thing.
it's cool.
Like, he came too. I was like, at first, I was like, yeah, I'll be okay with this. Like,
Yeah.
oh, no, I actually like the Winter Soldier. Let's do a standalone.
I'm down for that, and
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't
great.
know about the buddy film movie. That sounds pretty
I
tight.
didn't know
because
about that
now
either. That's why I need to stay off the internet, because you ruin, like,
Yeah.
things like this.
Okay, so next is we have the fact that Vision is dead. Vision is not
He's
come
just dead.
back.
He's
I
dead.
was hoping to see Vision come back, and then yeah, we would. I mean, he's a powerful dude, and she's Scarlet Witch, so has.
What was
I liked
what-
Dead Vision
What
Scarlet
was the
Witch.
stone he had?
He had the Mind Stone.
How did they get that?
It's in the staff.
Oh,
It's in
the
Loki's
staff.
staff.
Oh, yes, yes.
So
okay.
Scarlet Witch shows up in the final fight, and Thanos, unpowered Thanos, beats the crap out of double weapon Thor. Thor has Mjolnir that he stole from the past, and he has
I fucking love that.
Storm, whatever. And he kicks the crap out of everyone.
There are so many cool things in this film.
Oh, it's for
Oh,
sure.
God. I might
No,
be coming
no,
up.
stop it.
Because
Stop it.
because I just forgot this. We're talking about how cool Scarlet Witch's scene was, but Joe, the whole theater erupted, and I started that. Joe, you gotta.
Did
punch
you
me.
clap?
Did you
Did you
clap?
clap? I will throw shit
Here's
at you.
here's what happened, because Joe's pet peeve is when people clap in the theater. What I
The
did,
movie's
Joe,
not over. Stop fucking clapping. I'm trying to watch the movie.
when Captain America wielded Mjolnir.
Yeah,
I was the first one to make a noise. I went, my classic. Did you hear me?
Was that you?
That was me.
God damn it.
I did it because I
heard
couldn't
it.
help it, because I was like,
that motherfucker.
and what happened after that is I broke the silence,
I thought
and
that
other
was-
people started doing it, and then there was
They did the
clapping.
toddler thing.
And I was like, and I immediately thought of Joe way over there. I was like, oh fuck,
I was
Joe's
like,
gonna be so mad.
Nobody whistles in the movie. It's like, Joe.
That was me.
it was a really amazing
It was
scene.
an amazing moment.
Yeah, I was
Joe.
like,
That scene alone, 10 out of 10.
But the only person to 1v1 kick Thanos' ass in this whole movie is Scarlet Witch.
Yeah,
She comes
correct.
out and he's like, I don't even know who you are. And she's like, oh, you will. And she beats the shit out of him. It's so bad.
Well, give some credit to my boy Captain America here with the hammer and his shield. He was able to do some fucking shit.
He was able
But
to do
then
some stuff.
I didn't like how he got his fucking ass kicked.
He got his shield broken. He got his arm cut. She kicks his ass so hard that Thanos has to go, I need you to orbital blast the whole area. And then his
We still
lieutenants
have
are
our
like,
troops.
he's like, what about our troops? He's like,
Fuck 'em.
doesn't matter. This
But
crazy
did
Scarlet
you
Witch
see-
person.
But did you see he was starting to get back, and that's when Captain Marvel showed up. You don't remember that part where he
I
started?
did. I remember the part, but he's also on the ground, coughing up, cut up, and he puts the shield on, tightens the strap, and then Scarlet Witch shows up and just like, let me show you how this really is.
She is
Like,
No, what I'm saying is when they're locked in combat, Scarlet Witch, when she's pressing down and he's losing, it looks like if that battle continued, he would have also gotten the upper hand on Scarlet Witch the way he got the upper hand on Captain America if it wasn't for Captain Marvel to come over.
She has him floating in the air, ripping his armor off, choking him to death, and he's like, I need orbital strikes.
I will secede to the fact that he needed help. Yes.
Yeah. That was the only person to beat him
Yeah,
one-on-one.
which I liked. I thought it was
great.
Because she is super powerful. She's more powerful in the comics than she is here.
Oh, for sure. And then we got a kind of weird scene afterwards that, like, Captain Marvel finally grabs the gauntlet, and they're like, how? And then Spider-Man's like, how are you ever going to get that thing over there? And
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that. I was like, it just felt so injected. Because, like, Captain Marvel grabs the fucking glove.
Are you talking about when all the female heroes...
You won't be alone?
You won't be alone. Nothing but women, like all the female characters come up. I was like, it just felt kind of interjected right there.
There was like 15 female characters and nothing but female characters, and I didn't think it like
it's. I guess it's, but I don't know. I'm not threatened by women empowerment. If they have their heroes and they were like, girl power, let's fucking fight.
I'm not threatened by it at all. But it was just such a
I understand that men's rights activists are going to freak out over this moment, and they're going to hate it, and they're going to say that this is propaganda, and you get woke, go broke, and all this other stuff that they say with Captain Marvel. Which, by the way, did Captain Marvel go broke?
No, made a ton of money.
So what
you're on
happened
the wrong side.
Because that film did get woke, because there was plenty of, I'm just a girl, and all those like songs, and all that, and then you're not good enough to be a pilot. You're you know why they call it a cockpit. So there was a lot of female empowerment in that film, and I just thought that this was a quick visual way to show, female empowerment too. But you guys didn't like the scene. You thought it was forced.
I thought it was forced, and I said,
hold on. So when guys are fighting in a unit together, and we could point out many scenes where there's nothing but males fighting together, is that male empowerment?
They didn't make a specific. So like I watched it, and I was like, I don't really like it, but I'm sitting there. Erica was sitting next to me at the end of the film. She goes, all the dudes on the internet are going to hate that scene. And I hated it, too, because it was stupid. And
I'm just playing devil's advocate. I was just playing devil's advocate.
I know you were.
Even my girl was like, that was fucking stupid.
Yeah. So Erica thought it was absolutely terrible.
But it just depends on what girl is watching it, whether they feel. Some girls are like,
I really like.
Some girls are like, yeah, let's kick some ass.
They did a great scene with Scarlet Witch. It's like, oh my god, she's a fucking badass. And then like if they would have like just mixed it up, it's like, no, she's gonna be okay.
Right. It's not the fact that they're women. It's the fact that they are soldiers and heroes themselves. There's no male, female. They're heroes themselves. It could be just mixed. But what's wrong with showing girl power?
It wasn't for. It was like 15 female characters. That
I did. I was like, and I was trying to count. And when I saw it, I was like, wait a minute, was that just all females?
Yes.
And so when I was like, well, then how did we get there? Yeah, okay.
There was literally every person that could like a female character was just like, we're gonna be exactly right here.
Yeah. I thought there were maybe other characters in the background, but no, it's all.
It was like the world is ending, and so everyone should be fighting everywhere. And they're like, all the girls need to be over here in 4 minutes because we're gonna do the girl power.
That was just kind of forced, but
it was stupid.
They should have just left it with Scarlet Witch.
She was a badass, and like Captain Marvel was a badass. Like all of the women in this movie were badass, and that's fine.
I really didn't. Captain Marvel didn't do anything in this film to make me like her more. Like I like her just about the same.
Yeah, she's
what
fine.
she did. She was key. She was instrumental. She shows up, but she has this constant thing where it's like, Earth is not the center of the universe. I'm going to go fucking fight. Other worlds are dealing with this too. So, other those worlds have their own fucking heroes. You're our hero. You're an Earthling.
Do they?
You fight for Earth. No, shut up, Joe. There are other... Yes, they do. Look it up in the Marvel universe. They got their own fucking heroes. But no, she's going to go over there. And she shows up at the very last to blow up this fucking Thanos battleship. And then, even though that thing could crash on everybody, even the heroes, but no, it falls safely in the fucking water.
Here's one thing, though. I was expecting Adam to come out, maybe.
Oh, right, because they set that up